convolution. Third one is convolution. Fourth topic we have discussed CTFS, continuous time Fourier series, and along with that continuous time Fourier transform also we discussed. Then we have gone with Laplace transform. Laplace transform. We also discussed sampling. We have also discussed sampling. Next we have gone with Z transform. Next we have gone with Z transform. Okay. And last one is DTFS and DTFT. DTFT. Okay. And here in every topic, if you see classification of signals, we have deterministic, non-deterministic, deterministic and non-deterministic. Non-deterministic, other name is random signals. Other name is random signals. Even and odd signals. Okay. Energy and power signals. Then we had periodic, aperiodic signals. Periodic, aperiodic signals. Then lastly, it is causal and non-causal signals. Causal means right-handed, non-causal means left-handed, anti-causal means also left-handed. Anti-causal means also left-handed signal. Coming to the systems, we have discussed linear and non-linear systems, then time variant and time invariant systems, stable, unstable systems. Then we had static dynamic systems, static and dynamic systems. Then finally we had causal and non-causal systems. Causal and non-causal systems. Kindly check what all the problems we have done revision earlier. Before the internals we have done revision also. You check all the questions already discussed earlier. Convolution, we had continuous time, discrete time. Okay, tabular method is there. Then discrete time, how to calculate the convolution, you kindly check it. And coming to CTFS, this is for periodic signals. This is for periodic signals. Okay, and for x of t only, we can apply fourth one, x of t only. And CTFT, this is for aperiodic signals, we can apply periodic signals, aperiodic signals. Here we have something called Dirichlet conditions. What are the conditions? You check out. Finite number of discontinuities, finite number of maxima, minima, and then absolutely integrable. Okay, Dirichlet conditions are there, DTFS and DTFT. Coming to sampling, we had something called undersampling, oversampling, okay, and ideal sampling. We had three cases: Fs less than 2 FM, Fs equal to 2 FM, and Fs greater than 2 FM. And aliasing effect, overlapping of higher frequency on lower frequency will come in undersampling. Aliasing effect will come in undersampling. Greater than means oversampling. Ideal sampling is generally used, and Fs should be always greater than or equal to 2 FM. Only then we can reconstruct the original signal. We have done a few problems on this. You kindly check out what are the problems. Okay. Now I will discuss DTFS also spectral coefficients. Okay, spectral coefficients we have tried out, and DTFS can be applied for periodic signals, and DTFT can be applied for aperiodic signals. DTFT can be applied for aperiodic signals. This is applied for x of n signal. X of n. X of t means continuous time. X of n means discrete time. Here also we follow the Dirichlet conditions, the same three conditions. Okay, finite number of discontinuities, finite number of maxima, minima, and absolutely integrable. Absolutely integrable. Okay, absolutely integrable means if you see DTFT, the formula what we have, summation x of n e power minus j omega n should be, okay, j omega n should be less than infinite. This is the absolutely integrable meaning. Okay, meaning of absolutely integrable means, this is the meaning. Okay, in I'm telling about DTFT. Okay, absolutely integrable means this is the meaning. We'll check out, but this is one of the condition in Dirichlet. This is one of the condition in Dirichlet. Now I will go with a small revision in Z transform, Laplace transform. Okay, I will go with a small revision in Z transform, Laplace transform. If you see Z transform, because these are the things after third internal we have, this syllabus was not given questions in third internal. After third internal we have taken up. So if you take del of n signal, its Z transform is 1. If you take del of n minus 1, its Z transform is Z power minus 1. If you have n plus 1, its Z transform is Z power plus 1. And if you have del of n minus 2, Z transform is Z square, okay, Z power minus 2. And del of n plus 2 means you will have Z transform Z power plus 2, okay. And if something is asked like this, if h of z is z square, okay, find h of n impulse response. Find h of n impulse response. Okay. So here this is nothing but, here this is the signal will be del of n plus 2. Only then its z transform will come like this. Only then its z transform will come like this. Okay. H of n is also called impulse response. H of n is also called impulse response. Okay. And the other thing what we have seen, other thing, step signal. What we have discussed above is impulse signal. What we have discussed above is impulse signal. Now if you go for step signal, u of n, z transform is z by z minus 1 and ROC is mod z greater than 1. This can also be written as 1 by 1 minus z inverse, okay, and mod z greater than 1. This is also another way of writing. N into u of n means you have to just take minus z d by dz, then 1 by 1 minus z inverse, and ROC will not change, mod z greater than 1. If you have other thing, a power n u of n, then generally we have written it as z by z minus a, and ROC is mod z greater than a, and the same can also be written as 1 by 1 minus a into z inverse. Divide numerator and denominator with z, we will be getting this. Okay, divide numerator and denominator with z, we will be getting this. These are a few things in Z transform. These are a few things in Z transform.